Hey, what's up, guys? How's everybody doing? This is Keto Classic, and every now and then I want to make a small introduction, just in case somebody stumbles on one of my videos by coincidence. My name is Marwan Greta. I live in Arkansas State, and I've been doing low carb keto. Started with low carb and then keto for almost 7 years now. Okay, ketogenic diet almost 5 years. Being keto with no cheat whatsoever for almost 3 years. Very proud of that, and I want to keep it going. And of course there was keto cheats, where I could go overboard with nuts and cheese and stuff like that, but it's never been a carb-based meal where I ate pasta or bread or some random shit. Anyway, in this channel I talk about my experience. I do experiments. So if you are interested in scientific experiments, okay, I don't get groups of people and I do double-blinded studies. I do studies on myself. Are they accurate 100%? No, they're not accurate 100%, but you can get an idea. Anyway, so in this video, okay, I want to speak about binge eating disorder. I think I made a video about it before. I'm not really sure, but yeah, binge eating disorders. What is it, and what is a binge eating disorder, and what else, and how to cure a binge eating disorder, or how to make it better. First of all, disclaimer: I'm not a fucking psychologist, okay? Yeah, I have some information about psychology under mine, and I'll always question why is this, why is that, and I have a good background of binge eating, lots and lots of binge eating. I lost almost 100 pounds of fat throughout my weight loss journey, so I knew how to put on some weight, knew how to put on some fat. Anyway, what is a binge eating disorder? Okay, I remember I took a psychology class, and if I remember correctly, a binge eating disorder is one of the criteria is you eat, for example, a meal right now, and 30 minutes later or an hour later or something like that, you feel like you want to eat more, and then you might eat more, and then 30 minutes later or 2 hours later you want to eat more. Okay, and I used to do that. I would eat dinner, and then I would snack on some stuff, and then I would want to snack on some more stuff. I would be fully stuffed with food to the point where I'm about to throw up, and I still eat some more until I can't eat no more, which I can always put a little bit more. But for years, this is what I've done. Maybe not every day. What I used to do is, after I have a really bad binge episode or something like that, the next few days I try to eat very little, try to starve myself, and then get back at it as I'm trying to compensate. Yeah, one other criteria of binge eating disorder, I believe, is to try to compensate. I should have researched this shit before I talk about it. Sorry about that, folks. But another criteria is you try to compensate for the binge eating by eating less or something like that, and it is mentally stressful, and you feel like you don't have control over what you eat. And it can cause some other, psychological disorders, not having control over what you eat. You get obese and all that shit. And there's also another eating disorder called bulimia nervosa, I believe, which where you eat every little bit, and that one is the one where you try to compensate for what you ate, either by throwing up or either by going to the gym, working your ass off on the treadmill, trying to burn them calories, and as I said, or maybe throwing up the food that you've ate. So it's basically a binge eating disorder, some sort of, and but you try to compensate. Both of them are as bad. Okay, I think I'm closer to the bulimia spectrum because I never tried to make myself throw up, but I did all the other stuff like trying to starve myself, to all that kind of stuff. But anyway, enough rambling. There's a very big misconceptions, okay? And I don't think none of the fucking psychologists that talk about eating disorder, especially binge eating disorder, spoke about, okay? And it is carb addiction, okay? I know it. I don't think in psychological school or clinical psychology ever talked about carb addiction, okay? The reason is they don't consider carbs as an addictive substance is basically because everybody eats the motherfucking carbs. Therefore, it became something normal to be consuming carbs, okay? But very few people who classify or talk about carb addiction. I always talk about it. I thought it would be famous right now. There will be so much awareness, but there's still not much awareness about carb addiction, okay? And don't tell me, oh no, I'm not a carb addict. I'm not a carb addict. Everybody's a carb addict. It's just different spectrums. Maybe like 1% they're not carb addicts. Some people more addicted than others. Some people are addicted less than others. If you think you have a binge eating disorder, okay? Did you ever binge eat on ketogenic food? For example, steak and fat, like chicken and salad with some avocado oil, or big bag of avocados and ate the shit out of some big bag of avocados? No, because they're not addictive and they are satisfying very quickly. If you have a binge eating disorder and you eat 1 pound for breakfast or 2 pounds for breakfast of red meat, you are very less likely to have a big binge episode, okay? You will be so satisfied because you've had so much meat and had a good amount of fat that your body needs, and you will not have a binge eating episode, okay? Even if you don't want to do shit, even if you think your binge eating disorder is uncurable, just fucking try it. Eat 1 pound, depending on your size. If you're a bigger person, eat 1.5 pounds. If you think you're a much bigger person, eat 2 pounds of meat, And then if you want to binge, you can go fucking binge. And I have a very good feeling that you might not actually be able to binge eat. Okay? So, test that theory, guys. And what are the causes of binge eating? Okay, binge eating, as I said, carb addiction. Okay, if you have to classify yourself, are you actually addicted to all kinds of food, or certain types of food that are salty and rich in carbohydrates and rich in sugar and stuff like that? So I think the number one issue is carb addiction. So if you trying to, here's the biggest mistake people, and I've done it, who have binge eating disorders do. The biggest mistake is they think that they need to get their relationship with food better. There's no motherfucking relationship between you and the motherfucking food. Okay? Food is just food. It's fuel. Okay? There's no relationship. You know, same thing with what kind of example I can think of? A car. Okay? A car drives, for example, 20 miles per gallon. It just needs the fucking fuel to operate. And we're very similar. Not 100% like a car with fuel, but we're very similar. It's a fucking fuel. There's no relationship between us and the motherfucking cookie. You know? Whoever said, oh, I have a better relationship with food now, they're fucking lying to you. If you're an addict for life. I have not ate a carb-based meal in almost 3 years, as I said. If I do today, my addiction would kick in. You know, if I go eat a bowl of pasta or a pizza or something like that, that's it. You know, it's fucked. Totally fucked. I will be binge eating, eat the shit out of some carbs, put on 30 pounds within 30 days, maybe even more. Because the addiction will come back even stronger. The same thing with people who got, you know, addicted to nicotine or addicted to alcohol, okay? Alcohol would be a good example. Because if you are addicted to alcohol, there's no freaking relationship you can get better. Once you're an addict, you're always addict. You can do your own research. You can ask any alcoholic person. Once you're an addict, you're always an addict. So if you have some binge eating disorder, okay, it might be carb addiction disorder, okay? So know exactly what it is. So if you treat it as a carb addiction disorder instead of binge eating disorder, you have a better chance of curing it, okay? For example, if you have diabetes, you gotta know what type of diabetes you have. What is it? Type 1 and type 2. You know, if you treat type 1 as if it was type 2, you're doing the wrong thing. Same thing with binge eating disorder. If you try to fix the binge eating disorder, you know, by thinking it's just a binge eating disorder and carbs has no value in the matter, you're not gonna get cured, okay? You might get better a little bit for a few days, a few weeks, and then it just kicks back in. And I wish, please share this video with as many people as you can. And I hope it reaches, you know, the psychological, what is it? Psychologists, you know, clinical psychologist, mental health counselor, anybody that talks about, you know, like nutritions and, you know, and helps people or talk about binge eating disorder all the time. I wish they get this information and they try to incorporate it on their clients and try to, you know, they can do whatever protocol they have for the binge eating disorder, but at the same time they do a protocol to treat the carb addiction. So, how do you treat your carb addiction? Okay, it's easy to know, but not easy in practice. It requires, you know, some hard shit. Okay. what does it require? Getting a text. I'm getting distracted. So what does how can you get your carb addiction on? Cold turkey. Any addiction, anybody who have succeeded in carb addiction, okay? And I've been close to addicts, basically, from my working at a tobacco store. Whenever somebody tells me that they quit smoking, I ask them, how did you quit? And almost everybody who have successfully quit for quite a bit of time, and cigarettes and nicotine is the top highest addictive thing in the world. And whenever they got started, they said they did a cold turkey. Nobody slows down. If you say, I'm going to slow down on carbs, I'm going to start removing sodas and then removing this, it doesn't fucking work. You have to suffer the withdrawal for 2 weeks or 1 week, whatever it is, to get clean from the carbohydrates to be able to get away from your addiction. And watch my other videos. I have a lot of other videos. How to start keto. This is it's a series. Okay, how to start keto. It will tell you exactly the mental preparation and all that kind of stuff that you need to be able to get rid of your carb addiction and start a ketogenic diet that is very low on carbs and high in fat and good amount of protein. So if you have any questions, please put it in the comment section. I will get back to you. I will make a video about it if I think I need to make a video about it. If you need help with anything, reach out, no problems. What else? Yeah, please subscribe to the channel. Subscribe. You can just do it right now. Still waiting. Just go ahead and click it. You don't have to if you don't want to. Anyway, share this video if you think there is anything of value. If you know somebody who suffers from binge eating or any shit like that, and you think this video might help them, or there might be anything, share it with them, guys, and like the video and all that good stuff, and stay away from the fucking sugar and the carbs, and have a great day, and see you next time.